Well, hello again. It is Dab Savage, and you're right. You're right. It is episode 5. Episode 5. Shout out to the 5-time WCW champion Booker T. Seems like it's been forever since I've spoken to the Savage Nation. Excuse me. I'm not gonna lie, a little behind the curtain here. I usually get a few of these in the can. Last couple of weeks have been a little hectic, so we are actually recording this. I say live enough to upload it, put it on YouTube, and let you guys all see it. So it's been a couple weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed episode 4. That was the Q&A, and got some really good response off of that. So we will be doing another one of those real soon. Today's episode, I was actually going to push back, but I just figured we'll go ahead and get it. It's going to be a good one. It's called Beef and Broccoli Heads, and we are going to discuss the old generation of the gym guys, well, they weren't gym bros back in my day, but the gym guys. And the new generation of the kind of pussy broccoli head guys. So should be fun, very insightful. I think you guys will really enjoy it. Trying to think. Oh, we're just gonna a couple random things. So I have been reading Tom Selleck's memoir, which is amazing, by the way. I say reading. I've been listening to it as an audiobook and have thoroughly enjoyed it. And so I'm going to give you guys a random fact for the day to go into your pop culture memory bank that you will probably never, ever use, but that's okay. That's okay. Did you know that originally that Tom Selleck was going to play Indiana Jones? He had gone and met with George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. They had done a couple auditions. It was very hush-hush. He had gotten the part, and then he had signed a contract with Universal and CBS for Magnum PI, and was not able to fulfill both. So the reason that Harrison Ford, which turned out to be fantastic, by the way, but the reason that Harrison Ford was Indiana Jones is because Tom Selleck was not able to play Indiana Jones. So there you go. If you knew that, cool. If you didn't, you learned something new today. So, and then a couple kind of, again, since it's been a few weeks since we talked, a couple things that are sort of going on in, the world today. One thing I think is absolutely amazing. And do you guys know what the hottest topic in sports is right now? Is it the chase for October for baseball? Is it training camp fully underway, preseason starting, football's coming back? Is that it? No. It is the WNBA. And my God, I am so here for this shit. Wow, it's amazing. We got guys, former NBA players, saying that they're going to enter the WNBA draft, which I hope that they do. I hope this turns into more of a fucking circus than it already is. It is beautiful. The WNBA fucking deserves it. They have been a joke for their entire existence. And I mean, now they are more than a joke. But, it's just really sad, and not to be political, but nobody watched it, give away tickets, nobody goes. And then you start, just like they've done in politics, they start the race riot. Ooh, Caitlin Clark's white and we all hate her. And so the race card got people watching. I mean, that's cool. And then it now has turned into, the trans should be able to play in the NBA. And I hope they do. I mean, I hope that trainee bodybuilder chick from France comes over and starts fucking scoring 40 points a game. I hope they start letting these dudes in from, retired NBA players, college players. Fuck, man, if my knees heal up a little bit, Daddy was pretty good at horse back in the day. I might start identifying as a tran and see if I can't lace up the old Converse for a little NBA action. So if you haven't been keeping up with this shit, it is incredible. You've got coaches turning their backs on their play. I mean, it's Desperate Housewives of Atlanta, but it's an actual sport. It is fucking amazing. So if you haven't been watching the WNBA Fallout, do yourself a favor, watch it. It's fucking amazing. And on a sad note, as you guys know, professional wrestling was my jam for the longest time, and we lost an iconic wrestler last week, Dory Funk Jr. Dory Funk, wrestled all over the place. Dad was a wrestler, brother was Terry Funk, an iconic wrestler. Dory wrestled all over the United States, Japan, Mexico, just a real trailblazer for the sport. And I personally didn't know Dory, but I indirectly, so one of his students at Bang, which was his wrestling school in Ocala, Florida, was actually my trainer. So, a lot of the skills that were passed down to him, the psychology and putting together matches and things like that, were passed down to me indirectly. So, again, didn't know Dory at all, but just a lot of the responses and from people that were in the business, that are still in the business, it's been really cool to see, and some of the old pictures and video clips. So, yeah, RIP to a legend. Cheers, a little sparkling water. All right, so let's get started on our topic. Beef and broccoli heads. So let's break it down a little bit first. So the gym in the 80s, 90s was kind of a meat market, right? So you had the guys in the stringer tanks, you had steroids were very, very rampant. It was more of a bodybuilding, powerlifting sort of lifestyle. The guys looked bigger than life. A lot of guys from wrestling were recruited from Gold's Gyms. The Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, were bouncers at a club in Minnesota and were big meatheads, and was how they got into professional wrestling, because everybody kind of had that look, that aura about them. So, as the 90s came around, you still had a lot of that. It started branching off more into like the fitnessy kind of stuff, but you still had that that mentality, and it was a brotherhood. You didn't have MP3 players, or I'm just aged myself. You weren't streaming music on your phone. If the gym even had a sound system, it was probably a freaking boombox on the floor that you could barely hear, and it was just a different world. But you actually spoke to each other. You gave each other advice. You learned from one another. You became friends. These were your guys. You spotted each other. You motivated each other. It was really cool. I mean, people laugh at the big bulky gym guys from back then, but man, yeah, some of my best friends, some of the guys that I in my fitness and wellness journey, but my fitness journey, I learned a lot from those guys. So it was just different. And then, the 90s came around when I started training, like legit started training, like in the early 2000s. I started off at a Gold's Gym. It was dirty. Half the machines didn't work. It was clanging and banging. The bathroom stalls usually didn't work. It was just a gym, but man, you got in there and you fucking got after it, and it was awesome. And I wouldn't trade those moments for the world. And, you know, a lot of the guys that I learned from were from, you know, walking around and asking questions and spotting them and just, you know, just picking their brain for advice of, you know, how to train, how to bodybuild, how to lift, that kind of stuff. So, you know, it was super, super awesome. And, you know, as the world started changing in the 2000s and stuff like that, you know, they became a little bit more trendy and a little bit more, you know, fitness class induced and machine induced and things like that, which is cool. But just you saw the change coming, and I remember, this is so crazy, but I used to actually, excuse me, my voice is shit today. But I actually used to work for a Gold's Gym down in Florida, and the guy who owned the Gold's Gyms, he owned a few of them. His name was actually Jim. Shout out to Jim, Jim. And he and I were just talking one day, shooting the shit, and he looked at me and he said, "Dab, you know, in 5 years, the word gym is going to be obsolete." And I remember thinking to myself, well, that doesn't make any sense because your name's Jim. You own a bunch of Gold's Gyms. We're at Gold's Gym and it's fucking packed. Why would that be obsolete? And so a few years go by and I was out of the fitness industry, and I'm driving down the road one day in Florida, and I'm just looking around and I see Planet Fitness, Mountainside Health Club, Anytime Fitness, 24/7 Fitness, Workout Anytime, blah blah blah. There was another health club, but they were all within, you know, a couple of miles of each other. And I remember riding by all of those and thinking to myself, "Holy shit, he was right. The word gym doesn't exist anymore." And you know, it's kind of crazy, but it's weird because when you're talking to your buddies, "Hey, what are you up to?" "Oh man, about to hit the gym," or you know, people posting on Facebook, you know, they're checking in at Planet Fitness, you know, getting my gym in or whatever. So it's weird how the word is still used regularly. You don't say, "I'm about to go get my health club on." You know, you say, "I'm going to go to the gym," and but it became taboo, and that's kind of, I think, what the downfall was, and where the more like pussy generation came from. And so, you know, transition into now, and it's just completely different when you go to the gym. Now, I know there's still old school box gyms and stuff like that, but, you know, if you go, and I would never go to the gym at 5 o'clock in the evening, but if you did, you will see just an array of people that are just, you know, doing machines wrong in groups of 5, you know, playing on their phones. It's just a different world. And so, you know, I don't know. I feel like the old school stuff really, really works. You know, like if you look at the bodies of, you know, the Arnolds, the Michael Hearns, you know, those guys, they clearly know what they're doing. They're older. They still look good. Now, I know there was a lot of steroid abuse and some substance abuse and stuff like that in the 80s and 90s, but the concept is still the same. So that is kind of a breakdown of the beef. Okay, who's got the beef? That's kind of a breakdown of the beef. So let's go into the broccoli. Okay, so nowadays, you know, everybody on Instagram thinks that they are a personal trainer or a fucking motivational speaker, or my favorite is, "Oh my God, I'm a health coach." I see all these motherfuckers on Facebook that are now health coaches, and it's like, weren't you doing shots at Charlie B's like 3 years ago, and now you're still overweight, but you put on a fancy shirt and took an AI picture, and now you're a fucking health coach? What the fuck is a health coach? Anyways, congrats on your $49 health coach certification. I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but congratulations. It's gonna get you really far in life. But anyways, so people have gone to Instagram and these trendy little workouts and these trendy little whatevers to get in shape, and most of it's bullshit, like the health coach. And so if you go to the gym now, and we're just going to talk about guys, we'll break down chicks here shortly, but a broccoli head is the guy who goes to the gym, typically with a group of 4 or 5 other guys. They all look the same. They all got the same little douchey haircut. They dress the same. They're all on their phones. They're all trying to lift way more than they know how to or should be lifting. They take up machines for like 45 minutes at a time. And they're just fucking nuisances, and it's like, it really bothers me. And like, and I'll hear them talking about like, hey bro, like, how are your macros today? While they have like bags of Chick-fil-A biscuits. You know what I mean? It's like, what the, like, you heard some dude on Instagram talking about macros, and now you're gonna talk to your little faggy bro friends about macros? Like, give me a goddamn break. God almighty. It's pathetic. And like my favorite are the guys, and they all do it. Like, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. But they walk around with their phones and they video themselves working out. Guys, hold on, let me take a hit of the sparkling water really quick. It's a weekday, so I'm not boozing it. Guys. Listen to Uncle Dab. Listen to Uncle Dab. No woman has ever watched an Instagram video of a guy doing bicep curls or bench press and said, man, I'd love to fuck that guy. Let me like his video and hit his DMs. That doesn't happen. It'll never happen. Ever. I mean, chicks do it. Guys don't give a fuck about the girls' workout videos. But they're creepy, and they'll like them, and they'll boost their egos and give them attention, and they'll slide in their DMs. They're not going to get laid either. But at least the girls get attention. You just look stupid. So don't do it. Nobody cares. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, there's dudes with tripods at the gym. Actual fucking tripods. Like, getting good angles and shit. It's wild. Like, what are you going home and streaming on your smart TV? Like, oh man, my form looked really good on that incline press there. What'd you think, brother? I don't know. Let's watch my video. Oh shit, man. Did you see my cable flies? Oh man, you can see the striations in my little fucking chest. Stop. Just stop filming yourselves. And girls, you can fucking stop filming yourselves too. Like, it's a cry for attention. I mean, like I said, there are creepy guys on Instagram that will watch all your shit and follow you and like you and probably subscribe to your I guess, you know what? Shit. Keep filming, ladies. If you're getting something out of it, keep filming. I think it's ridiculous, but keep doing it. And it's what's crazy with the broccoli heads too is that, like, you'll see them in the gym for like 2 weeks with all their buddies. The buddies will start trickling out, and then the next thing they're all gone, and then a new group of them will come in. They'll start taking up space, and so on, rinse, wash, repeat. It's really, really fucking pathetic and sad. Again, and I've stated earlier, anyone who really like is motivated and is going to put the time and the commitment in to work on their body, I have nothing but the utmost respect for that. Whether you are, a beginner, super overweight, skin and bones, someone who used to be in shape and fell off the wagon and now trying to get back in. If you are committed and trying and motivated and all that shit, like, and you have friends that are in the same boat and want to do it with you, and you're not filming yourselves and just being ridiculous, all the respect in the world. And I hope that if you know were to ever see me at a gym, that you would come ask me questions or ask my insight, because I'd be more than happy to share it with you. But for the rest of y'all, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And so, and there's pros and cons to both. And my philosophy on fitness and everything like that is, you talk to some of the old school powerlifting guys, and they are just like, well, a lot of them will tell you like, oh, you can't do machines and everything needs to be free weights and da 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 da. That's not true. That is not true. I get what you're saying, that a lot of times, a machine is a kind of an easier variation of a free weight powerlifting move. But you get to the point after, whether it be from weight training or athletics or a combination of both, just your body starting to deteriorate in certain ways. You can't go in and deadlift 500 pounds. Like, you can't. So there are, I think, and everybody's body type is different. So certain exercises that work for me may not work necessarily great for you, vice versa. So I think having a happy balance of sort of the old school and some of the new, more modern, functional type stuff is really the way to go. And there's no magic pill except for Ozempic. Fuck you, Ozempic. I keep seeing all these fucking Ozempic commercials, and they just make me sick. Like, I've lost 78 pounds from taking this shot in my arm. I can't wait. I mean, that's just gonna be like, what do you see those commercials, and it's like there was like the asbestos commercials or whatever, where like, if you were at Camp Pendleton in 1984, you may be entitled to a da 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 da. It's gonna be the same shit with y'all taking Ozempic. Just wait. Just fucking wait. But anyways, in my opinion, the best method of weight training is a combination of both, and finding your groove, sticking with it, staying consistent, making changes and tweaks here and there, obviously keeping your nutrition up, but following douchebags on Instagram and posting videos and having dumb conversations about shit that you don't know what you're talking about is not the answer. And girls, like, girls, it's different because they're no, and it's not all girls. There's I don't know what you would call the equivalent to a broccoli head to a girl, but the type: full makeup, Lululemon outfit, camera in hand. It's more of a performance art than it is anything to do with training. So again, you get love from some people just because you're hot. Like, your hot friends will post like, "Oh my God, girl, keep it going," and then the dudes that live in mom's basement and jack off to your videos, they'll show you love too. But I think you're fucking pathetic. So keep it up, though. I mean, you are good eye candy. And they're the same ones too. I love it. They're the same chicks that'll be like, they'll be posting on Facebook like, "Oh my God, I just can't go anywhere. Every time I go to the gym, like, guys just stare at me, and I don't understand why." As they got like their fucking tits out and their little booty shorts on, and they're like twerking, like doing their leg lunges. Like, I just don't understand. Like, why won't they just leave me alone? And then they're like doing this on Instagram, and they're like, "Come on, join my OnlyFans. Come on." It's like, like, stop, you fucking broccoli head bitches. So yeah, that's kind of an intro course into beef and broccoli. So I think that I don't know. It's weird. The fitness industry is just so weird now. Kind of a funny fact too, since we mentioned the '80s and Harrison Ford and Tom Selleck. Do you guys know that gym memberships are the only thing whose price has lowered since the 80s. Think about that. And in the 80s, to join a gym was like probably $50 to $75 a month. That was just your average gym. If you wanted to be a member at a gym, you paid $50 to $75 a month. Now you can get a gym membership for $10 or $15 a month, and they're nicer than they were 40 years ago. And they're a fourth of the price. It's crazy. It's crazy. So there's no excuse not to go. They're all 24 hours. They're all super inexpensive. So think about it. Whether, join a gym, join a boxing gym, join a whatever you're into. And just remember that you can bitch about the price of it, but just remember, if it was 1987, you'd be paying way more than what you're paying today. So anyways, that is our beef and broccoli episode. There's only so much you can talk about when it comes to fitness. I'm not a health coach or a motivational speaker. I'm just the dude that tells you exactly how it is. So hope this was inspiring to some and eye-opening to others. And we'll be back. I will be in Las Vegas next week. Woo! Viva Las Vegas, baby. I am so ready. I have earned this fucking trip. Gonna hang out with some of my old buddies. Pretty excited about that. Gonna probably take a picture before I leave because I turn 43 next week. I know. Don't look it. I'll be 43. So I'll probably take a picture where you can see how good a shape I'm in because I'm going to be a bloated motherfucking mess when I get back. And probably for a few days after because my birthday is actually that following Monday. So, yeah. So I will take an inspiring picture to post on Instagram to get I say lots of likes, to get like 7 likes. Where I look, good for 43. And so I'll be going to see Guns N' Roses, which I'm pretty fucking stoked about. Seeing some old friends I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm gonna try to probably won't do a full episode, but gonna try to do a quick kind of check-in podcast, maybe 10 minutes or something, just to let you guys see the craziness of Sin City. And and I've got a few topics for next week or for the week after that should be pretty entertaining. Oh my god, guys! I forgot our sponsor this week. As you all know, let's start over in case I need to clip this. As you all know, the holiday season is coming up, and what says holiday without Jimmy's Peppermint Lube? That's right. You got a lady coming over. She's we got Mariah Carey, Every Day is Christmas blaring on the radio. Pour you on a little Jimmy's. Give her the dab stab and wish her a very Merry Christmas. Jimmy's Peppermint Lube. Thank you, Jimmy. Fresh breath, too. So, anyways, get your workouts in. Have a fantastic week. Don't forget your lube. And we will see you soon. And remember, a little dab will do ya. Have a great week. Mwah.